Welcome back to Discussion America. Last episode, we discussed about how we are overtaxed and the government is finding new innovative ways to take money from us because they can't tax us anymore. We talked about how, de Blasio wanted the millionaire tax and that didn't fly. Now we're talking about how Governor Cuomo is really hot on the idea of congestion pricing, which we know will put tolls on all the free bridges that we enjoy right now, which is the Williamsburg Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge. We can't have that. Then he talks about the tolls to get into Midtown from 62nd Street down into the Midtown area. Now that's going to hurt business. It's what they're doing already is hurting business with the bike lanes, the bus lanes, the pedestrian plazas. That's jamming traffic up so badly, and everybody seems to think that is just regular citizens driving around causing all this traffic, which in fact it really isn't. It's commerce. Small delivery vans, large trucks, cabs, Ubers, people that are doing business, salesmen. Those are the people that are driving around to try to do business in this city. Now, when you add the congestion pricing, all that's going to do is pass the money on to the consumer because somebody's got to pay for it. And it's going to be you. And it's going to be me. The government doesn't care about it because now they're making their money. There are other ways to bring the traffic down. First of all, we have to get rid of those bike lanes. There's other avenues in which you can take, and I'm going to show you later. And we also have to get rid of the bus lanes. You realize that on the main avenues that go north and south in the city, that we went from 4 and 5 lanes in either direction, depending on what avenue you're traveling, down to 3. Now, you talk about going to the heart of the city, Times Square, where everything meets, where everything happens, where you have the largest gathering of tourism, is at a complete standstill because pedestrian plazas where people just sit in the middle of the road, what used to be the road, and talk. And now what about in the winter? There's not too many people going to be sitting out in the middle of the winter, but that plaza is closed to traffic. And what that does, that creates the madness that we have now with the congestion that got even worse because of what the politicians did. Because what they want to do is they want to try to prevent people from coming into the city with their cars. But they don't realize that it's not regular citizens that are just driving around creating havoc, because during the middle of the day, regular citizens are out working. They're not just driving around. Okay? That's something that seems to be escaping people, and their mindset is that regular people are working. They're not driving around creating traffic. It's your buses, it's your cabs, it's your ambulance, your firefighters, it's your cops, it's your salesmen. That's creating the traffic. And when you choke the city by taking lanes away, there's a reason why the city planners originally had all those lanes, and that was to keep the traffic flowing the best it can. What they don't talk about the fact that pedestrians themselves, they create a lot of the traffic. And one of the main problems are those stupid countdown don't walk signs. Back in the day, it used to be the hand would come up and would flash, don't walk, don't walk. It wouldn't say don't walk, but the hand would flash. International sign, stop, 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 stop. Then it would be steady. And when it would go steady, that would be a yellow light. So now the flashing would indicate that you need to stop walking across the street because traffic is going to start going the other way. But now, what is the timer? I got 10 seconds I can get across. I got 14 seconds I can get across. I can still make it. I have 3 seconds I can run across. What happens now is that the people that are making left or right turns can't make that turn because pedestrian traffic is still walking across. It used to be when that hand was flashing, pedestrian traffic would stop because they weren't sure when that yellow light would go and the next the red, and the people would start turning. So they stopped and they stood on that corner. and cars were able to make and complete that turn. But now, guess what? Don't block the box. Oh my God, what a farce. They know you're going to block the box. They know you're going to get stuck in the middle of that intersection because you got no place to go. You have pedestrians walking across the street, and you can't go straight because you don't want to go straight. You want to make the turn. So you're going to get a ticket for blocking the box. $200 fine, I believe. Nice for making extra money for the city, isn't it? Everything is designed to make money. They don't care about us. They care about money and money only. Okay? So now are you going to say, all right, Tony, what do we do? How do we solve this? Number one, get rid of the countdown clocks. If you don't know how long you got to get across the street, when that thing starts flashing, guess what? You're going to stay in the corner. That'll allow traffic to make the turns because now there shouldn't be any pedestrians crossing that street when that don't walk sign starts flashing. It says don't walk. It doesn't mean run. It doesn't mean hurry up. It's going to change. It means don't walk. And it's a warning that pretty soon that light's going to turn red and the other traffic flow is going to go the other direction. That's number one. Number two, get rid of those ridiculous bike lanes. How are you going to satisfy the few, and I really mean the few, and throw hundreds, if not thousands of people under the bus, so to speak, to keep them safe? When I'm going to show you, it really doesn't keep anybody safe. You'll see that in the video I show you in a little bit. And those bus lanes, come on, let's get real here. You think the commuter buses, you think the regular MTA buses actually just stay in those lanes like they're supposed to? No. Somebody double parks in that lane, they're going around them. And guess where they're going? In our lanes. Now, if we were to do the same thing, if there was traffic in the main lanes and we see the bus lane wide open, no buses, we go into that lane, boom, ticket. Money for the city. It's all about money. Now, I'm going to show you a video. You're going to see video right now. Now, the video you're going to see right now is on Queens Boulevard. And on Queens Boulevard by 63rd Drive, where they just put the bike lanes up, I think it was last year, the year before. I forget exactly the time frame. Now, the bike lanes are supposed to make it safe for the bikers. Okay? Well, you're looking at the video, it's not safe, is it? You got people double parking, going shopping, and what's happening? You have people now, look at this guy, he's driving in a bike lane. You got people driving in the bike lane to go around with double parked cars. That doesn't sound safe to me. That doesn't look safe to me. Look how many people are driving in the bike lanes. It's not safe. It's not safe for anybody crossing. It's not safe for anybody in the bike lanes. It's not safe for anybody. But if that bike lane wasn't there, there would be ample parking for the people going shopping because those used to be parking spots. Businesses are getting hurt. They're already getting hurt. Those bike lanes have to go. And I'll take a look at this video here. I'm on the other side of Queens Boulevard now. Who's that on the corner? Parked in the bike lanes. Is that a cop? Is that a cop sitting there parked in the bike lanes? You got to be kidding me. No place for him to park either, so where's he parking? In a bike lane. So that means that when a bike comes down there, guess what? He's got to go around the parked police car. And where's he going to go? In main traffic. Where's the safety? Where's it benefiting anybody? It's not. It's creating a hazard. It's not protecting. Now that you've seen those videos, you tell me how safe this is. Now you can say, all right, wise guy, well, what do you do about it? All right, and take a look at this video here. Look at this video. Look at these parked cars. Look at the markings on the street. Look at that. You have ample parking. You have a defined parking spot with extra couple of feet that, guess what? Traffic is not going to drive in that because it's clearly marked That's for parking. But guess what? There's a couple of feet there. And you don't think a bicycle can fit there? I think so. I think now you have your parking and you have more than enough space for a bicycle to ride safely. The only thing he has to watch out for is Joe Driver opening up his door on him. But you know what? Some responsibility has to lay on the bicyclist too. He has to be aware of what his surroundings are. If he sees somebody behind the wheel of a car, he has to slow down a little bit. And is that guy going to open the door? Or is he not? He got to slow down. Maybe go out a little bit, not out of the line, but just deeper into the parking spot, so he doesn't get hit by a door. People got to be responsible for themselves. All right. Now look at this video here. This is where the cop is parked. On every major boulevard in this city, whether it's the Bronx on the Grand Concourse, whether it's on Eastern Parkway in the Brooklyn, whether it's here on Queens Boulevard, do you notice something? There's a concrete barrier that separates the express lane, which is in the middle, to the service road, which is off to the side, which is like 1 or 2 lanes. Now you're going to tell me that separator right there that I'm showing you on this video right here, that isn't wide enough to repurpose to make that a bicycle lane instead of just a barrier? Now, if you notice, but there's also a fence there. You see that fence? Let me tell you about that fence. You know why that fence is up? That fence is up because pedestrians, a lot of them old people, were crossing in between traffic lights because they were too lazy to walk to the corner to cross with the light. And they were getting killed because there was no light to protect them. So DOT decided, okay, we're going to put a fence on this whole length of Queens Boulevard on this concrete barrier, so it forces them to go to the corner to cross at the light. You know what? That fence is perfect. Some places a little crooked, a little bent, it's the way they design it. They can straighten that whole thing out, unbolt it, make it straight. Put it right at the edge on the side of the main roadway. And that'll protect the bicyclist from any of the traffic on the main roadway. Now you have your parking spots back. You have a place where the bicyclists can ride safely. Everybody's happy. But except for one thing, the city's not happy. Because now the city can't make money out of people driving in the bike lanes or parking in the bike lanes while they run into the store. See, that's the grab. That's the money thing. Okay. Now, I want you to look over here. Look at this piece of video. This piece of video is First Avenue around, I think, 20th Street. Look how wide First Avenue is. We're not utilizing it for the cars that it was designed for. We have one lane that is for a bike lane, which is like sandwiched between a sidewalk and a parking area, which is ludicrous. And then on the other side of the street, you have the bus lanes. You're squeezing all this traffic from 5 lanes into 3. Now, this is on a Sunday. Not much traffic. Think about during rush hour what this looks like. People going home. People leaving their business. Salesmen going home. Cabs out there trying to make a living. Uber trying to make a living. Ambulances trying to get by. Fire trucks trying to get by. Now, when you wrap all of that up and you add a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit in this city, all because that, you have a better chance of living when you get hit by a car at 25 miles an hour versus 30, 35 miles an hour. Guess what? Get off your damn phone when you're crossing the street. Pay attention to the traffic. Stop crossing in between cars. Stop crossing against the light. And you know what? You got half a chance of living when you cross the street. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's all your politicians. You need to wise up. When you go to the polls on Tuesday, which is a couple of days away, you need to make a decision how you want to live. Do you want to live where you have to shell out money for fines? Now they just raised the parking meters. to an extra $1 an hour. Is it worth $1 an hour to go parking on the city street? An additional $1 an hour, not only an additional $1 an hour. You know, they want us to use mass transit. I get it. But yet, I don't know, some people leave a message here. How much does a monthly ticket cost for the Long Island Railroad? How much does a monthly ticket cost for Metro North or the Jersey trains? How much does it cost? It's not cost effective. You know, here's what you have. You have a lot of people that are hardworking, middle-class people that work in the city area, that live out in Long Island. They can't afford that kind of money. I know it's a few $100. So what they do is they'll drive their car from Long Island into Queens, try to find a parking space without a meter, and then jump on a train and take it the rest of the way. Are you kidding me? That's what it's come to? They're pricing everything out. You have the tolls are ridiculous. You have the trains that cost too much. You have the subway system cost too much. Now Cuomo wants billions of dollars to rebuild the subway system? Where is all the money? Where did it go? That's my question. That is the burning question here. That's the next thing. You vote for an attorney general for New York, or any attorney general across the nation. Make sure you get somebody strong enough that's willing to go after the politicians, that's willing to get an independent audit, forensic audit of all the city agencies and find out where the hell all this money's going. Because we're shelling out money left and right. But there's no accounting to where it's going. Nobody's telling me where that money's going. I don't see a breakdown at the end of the year. My tax dollars went here, so much money went here, so much money went there. We collected X amount of dollars and it went here and went here. But yeah, we have to do that when we pay our taxes, don't we? We have to say we earned X amount of dollars. We paid X amount of taxes. If you have a business, okay, yeah, this is my write-off, this is what I did, this is my taxable income. We have to do it as citizens. Why don't they have to do it as employees of the citizens? Because that's what they are. They're our damn employees. Time they start acting like employees. We put them there. It's our fault. We're lazy. We're lazy because we let them do it. We gave them the job and we don't keep after them to do the right job. That's going to be my next point. People. Not for nothing, but our country is in the sad shape that it's in because citizens, me included, we became complacent over the decades, multiple decades, century. We didn't want to do the job. So once the professional politicians started running, let them run. I don't want to do it. Let them run. But that's not what our forefathers wanted. Our forefathers, they wanted the baker to run. They wanted the banker. They wanted the salesman. They wanted the mom and pop. They wanted those guys to run, do their time, serve their neighborhoods, serve their country, serve their city, serve whatever, and then go back to doing their job. That's why the politicians now are so out of control and we can't get anything done. I know for me, and I have to tell you this, just before Trump, I would go to the polls and I would just vote for the lesser of the two evils. I would vote for the lesser of the two evils. And that's what it came down to. Who's going to be the lesser of the worst? Because none of them are good. I don't trust any politician. They all lie. They all lie. And they lie because they want your vote. You don't hear anything from Cuomo his whole term. Election time, you hear him all over the place. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Trump is this, Trump is that. We're going to save the city, we're going to save the state. He's full of crap. He ain't going to do nothing. He's going to line his pockets. He's going to spend millions and millions of dollars just to name a bridge after his father. Why? Tappan Zee Bridge wasn't good enough? Well, you got to name a bridge after your father? For what reason? Nobody asked me if we wanted to name it the Mario Cuomo Bridge. I would have said no. What the hell we got to name the bridge for? We got to print all those signs up to change all the signage around? That costs money. And who does it cost? Not him. He ain't dipping in his pocket. He's not going to his bank account to pay for a bridge naming of his father. He's not paying for the signs. I'm paying for it. You're paying for it. We're paying for it. But nobody's asking me. There wasn't a vote. Should we name the bridge after Mario Cuomo? Nobody asked me that. The same thing with the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge. Why? The Tri-Borough Bridge wasn't good enough? It says what it is. It connects 3 boroughs. The Tri-Borough Bridge. That's what it is. The Koch Bridge? All right, I made it Koch. Big deal. But still, 59th Street Bridge, the Queensboro Bridge. One end is the 59th Street. The other end is Queens. Queensboro Bridge. 59th Street Bridge. It's a no-brainer. They named the bridges what they were doing, where they were. I can't wait to see what they come up for the Midtown Tunnel. What are they going to call that next? The Blasio Tunnel? Why not? He likes to give it, you know? Come on, people. You are all smarter than this. This is not a partisan thing. I'm not talking Democrats versus Republicans. I'm talking about being sensible. I'm talking about being sensible. We got to watch where the money's going. It's getting increasingly difficult to live in this city unless you're rich. I got these young kids telling me, oh, yeah, no, New York is great. They got jobs. They got this, they got that. No, they don't. They got what? They got jobs. You make a lot of money here. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, my rent just went up to $1,922 a month for a junior 4. Woohoo! When I had my house, my mortgage was $1,300. Are you kidding me? Where's the benefit? There's none. The quality of life is crap. It's so overcrowded. You got crime. You got a subway system that breaks down. You got overpriced commuter trains. Come on. You got politicians looking to stick it to you every which way they can. There's nothing good about this city anymore. Why? Because they have a theater district? Yeah, I haven't been to the theater in 10 years. I'm too busy working to pay for my other expenses. So you got choices to make on Tuesday. Not about being a partisan. It's about about choices. How do you want to live? Where do you want to see your money going? Smart. Be smart. Stop thinking about Democrat, Republican. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You're all fighting senselessly against each other. Remember, you're New Yorkers first. You're Americans first. Well, you're Americans first, New Yorkers second, okay? Let's not, I'll get people writing into me like, what are you, a nut? Yeah, I am crazy, but that's beside the point. But you get what I'm saying. Listen, I don't care what you are. I don't care if you vote Democrat, Republican, Independent. I don't care what you are. I just want you to vote smart. Tuesday's coming fast. You got to make your choices. An attorney general that's going to go after the slime in Albany, that's going to find the money. Find my money. Get rid of Cuomo. He's a dog. And I'll tell that to his face if I ever had the opportunity. I covered him before. I covered his father. I covered most of the politicians here. I'm not afraid to tell him to his face, you're a dog. You're a thief. You're taking the money out of New York and you're bringing it all upstate. And wait till I start in on the Republican Party on how they abandoned us here in the city. I ain't seen one ad on Mile an Hour. Not one ad. Wait. I ain't done with them yet either. I don't trust the politicians. And you know what? People, start looking in your neighborhood. You got somebody that you trust? Is your baker a really nice guy? Does he have a good sense of fairness? Has he run a good business? Has he been in business for 25 years? Does he support his family? Has he put his kids through college? Does he balance his books? Talk to him. Tell him, listen, why don't you run for Congress? Why don't you run for state senate? Look at the people surrounding you. That's the only way we fix things. And don't forget, flip that ballot. Flip that ballot. We want term limits. We don't want these people in there for their whole lives. Especially the community boards. Get them the hell out. They got too much power. Let's rotate it. Rotate it, rotate it, rotate it. That's how we get fresh ideas. That's how we get young people in there. We need to get rid of money in politics too. Money is a corrupting force. We need to get money out of politics. That's got to go. There's enough ways to get the word out on your policies. You don't need to have huge $1 million. I mean, think about it. Bloomberg spent $1 billion to run for mayor here in New York. Of his own money. Why? Ask yourself why. Why would a man spend $1 billion of his own money to run for a job of mayor that he didn't even take a check for? What was his motivation? To help us? I doubt it. It's to help himself, help his business, help his family. Got nothing to do with us. Look at the motivations behind this here, people. You're smarter than that. New York, you have a lot of educated people out there. And another thing too, minorities, blacks, Hispanics. You've been a Democrat your whole lives. Ask yourselves, what did the Democrats really ever do for you? Your life change? But no. With the policies of today, unemployment's down the lowest it's been in decades for all minorities. Entrepreneurship is up. More businesses are starting. More businesses are opening up. You feel a little better about yourself now. A little more. Your chest is out a little bit. Proud, huh? You don't have somebody handing you a bunch of garbage and giving you a handout. Feels good to work for yourself. It feels good to earn. Think about that. All right, listen. Until next week, God bless you all. And remember, vote. Vote your conscience. Don't vote what anybody's telling you. Don't listen to me. Look around you. Look around you. Look what you want to live like. Have a good week.